EWC. So, bro, obviously we have to talk about T1. If any tournament they're in, there always has to be a segment. This was a real mixed bag for me, because for me, they were coming off such a high from MSI. Like, that was a fucking gloat, bro. Here's the thing. The casters, yes, we discussed it to death. They definitely went way too far. Like, the joke is they made Game 5 of the final sound like T1 was Goku, and then Genji was whatever villain will inevitably lose to Goku in the end, no matter what. And that Faker landing the charm was like Super Saiyan level 7 or whatever the fuck, which it wasn't. And if you ever watch that back, that cast's going to age really poorly if someone rewatches that VOD. Because, spoiler, they don't come back in any way. They just lose the game. Like, there's none of that. But it was a glow up. I get why they were hyped. Like, it made you believe T1 could win. I actually thought this one, here's the thing. I'll tell one person I've got to give mad props to is I still think no matter what the results are, bro, this year Owner's just cooking. Every time I see the guy play, he's just having like demon time games where he just kicks whoever the fuck is on the other side out the server almost. It's like impossible to play him. But I did think this was a step down for me compared to before, because there's two angles. One, bro, they had a hard time against fucking Koi. As much as everyone memed on Europe at MSI, Koi was actually giving them the fucking business in that quarters. And then in the semis, actually anyone's legend, this was way more dominant than that back and forth series of MSI. So where are you at on T1? What do you think of T1 at the moment?
Yeah, in my mind, it's like T1, like we mentioned it before, but like the SDK teams came into this like very, very light. It didn't seem like they dealt with the logistics super well. Like T1 didn't have the same form. Like anyone's legend was the one that just came in the hottest, I feel like, out of everybody. But T1, I don't judge them too harshly for it because of the logistics, but definitely I would say by their metrics they underperformed. Like even against G2, they were playing kind of sloppy. That AL series, they pretty much got stomped against anyone's legend. Like that was very one-sided. Like the Yorick game against Rumble, it was like one fight happened and then the game they took over. And then it was just finished. Like those games were extremely, extremely one-sided. Like that looked like AO was playing against like a Western team or something. Like that looked very, very one-sided. And I think in regards to everything else, I think there's not much to say about T1. I think it's just a question of, you know, how do they? We have to pay attention to them closely because I care about LCK, not like the T1
Are you worried
fans.
they're going to have a dip? Do you think something's going to happen?
Like I want them to continue, you know, playing well and then be on that role. Like I'm sick and tired of that T1 that just plays horribly in regular splits. Like I don't want that at all, especially with the current format is that they're going to play against all the top teams 3 times. There's a triple round robin, and I want like those T1 Genji How Life matchups. I want them to be close. I want them to be at their best. And I don't want this cop out that, this doesn't matter. You know, I don't want that cop out. I want those games to actually mean something. And I hope they don't revert back to something because they definitely tapped into something special with how they utilize Doran and how Doran is more connected than Zeus ever was to his teammates. And I hope they leverage that. But then on the back end, I don't know how Faker's fatigue or his pain is going to kick in with this, because I'm sure like in Saudi Arabia he was busy having dinners with MBS like all the time, like they're burning him out over there, you know, in the heat. You know, he's eating, you know, the finest meals and signing the biggest deals, you know, and now he has to go back to the LCK. Luckily, he doesn't play on the first day. That's Genji and How Alive's job, but he still has to face up against Genji that same week. So I hope that T1 like maintain form, like just maintain form, please, for the sake of League of Legends.
I don't know if you know this. This isn't even a meme. Did you know there's a place in Saudi Arabia? It's called the Edge of the World because it's this part of the desert that has like, if you look it up on Google quickly, you'll see what I mean. It's this part of like the edge of a big desert that has like quite a cool sort of like rock face where you can go up on there. And because you're sort of looking over the edge of a big cliff into like an endless desert, it's called the Edge of the World. Look it up. It looks pretty dope, right? Looks baller, doesn't it? My joke would be that you're right. That's the problem. They were a bit distracted, Yamato, because actually Joe Marsh took Faker up there and lifted him up like baby Simba. And he was like, everything your eyes can see in Saudi Arabia belongs to you, Faker. Anyway. Listen, it's all good, guys. The king of League and the king of Saudi. There you go. King X King material. By the way, I'll tell you one of the reasons why, though, I'm actually not as expected that you'll have that letdown in this summer split from T1. And remember, they were even having it in spring, bro. There was the fucking Brion and Fear X and shit like that. The reason why I actually feel like this time it might not happen is because, first of all, I actually do think Orna just plays great every fucking series now. He's just locked in. Doran's actually pretty better than expected generally. The guy who has had the glow up and it continued this time is Gumayushi. Mate, Gumayushi just cooks. And Kerry is just still like, he might just be the best support player in the world. Like, Faker has his issues, but I think a lot of the rest of the team's kind of like, everything's coming together for me. So, like, I do look at this split and I think to myself, look, I don't know it had my life yet, mate. It's been a while now since I've really believed in them. Like, I think T1 could be in the finals of summer. It could happen.
In my mind, if when I look at this T1 roster, the main people I want to just give credit to is, like you mentioned, Honor, Carrier. I feel like they've like matured a lot as players. In terms of the consistency they bring to the table and how they seem to play with a very overarching view of what needs to be done in the game. Doran as well, but also just the coaching staff. It's like the Gumayushi. It's interesting, the conversation about like Gumayushi, especially that game 5 against Genji where they played Caitlyn. Like, for some reason, people flamed Doran after that one, right? But Gumayushi on the Kate was making very game-breaking mistakes. But Gumayushi is like a protected class now. Like, the main angle I want to bring forward now in the conversation of T1 is that the coaching staff fucking nailed it. It's like, if we want to judge them based on the pieces they had and how they managed to put it together from any other aspect, we would always like the community would always give credit to a coaching staff, because this Doran project was one that I expected to have a hard time. I expected them to not overtake Hanwha Life, and then they came into MSI and made second place against one of the best built rosters ever, maybe. And that's a massive, like that's super impressive. And everyone wants to say is like, oh, they bench Gumayushi and whatever, but maybe this is what got the Gumayushi performances back up to par. Maybe this was the wake-up call that he needed, like in terms of how everything played out from a coaching staff. I think this is one of those moments that you deserve a fucking medal for this shit, because the coaching staff pieced it together.
Yeah. No, by the way, I've mentioned this on a past show. I actually thought the person, if you go from the end of winter, who nailed the T1 angle of like the Smash Gumayushi one was Dom. There's a clip you can look up where he gives his model of the team, that the reason why he thought the Smash move made more sense is because it allowed Doran to just like be a tank or a weak sider. It didn't put the pressure on him to be Zeus and have like a carry pick. Well, the reason why, this is why the coaching staff, remember, they see what we don't see in scrims. They know what people are working on. Well, if you watch MSI in this tournament, one thing you've seen from Doran is, bro, Doran can get away with some carries. Like, he can play, and he can actually have the pick go for him sometimes. He doesn't have to just be a tank. And they have managed to make both Doran and Gumayushi work at the same time. So, I'm with you. Bearing in mind, it's not like a super famous coach and stuff. Like, it's people that, like, some of these people weren't like the biggest names ever aside from Koma. Yeah, it's pretty cool that they've kind of got it together. And also, thankfully now, all that drama of, like, the idea Joe Marsh is like, you're in the fucking coaching room, like, who should we pick for the game? And then, like, you see the fucking red phone ringing, like, Joe Marsh says, Gumayushi has to play. Like, I'm glad that shit's out the way now. It's actually like real league where we're just letting the coaches pick who they want to pick. And so far, I'm with you, it's working.
No, just Doran. Like if they had gone to their head, they have to play Gumayushi. They needed to fill that problem. They need to fix that problem, because in the end, it's like the run up in playoffs, the KT series, and then the Hanwha Life series. Doran was the MVP. It wasn't even close. Yeah. He was smurfing it. So that arc of Doran and the belief in Doran, I think that part is super cool, because in the end, he's the one that saved Gumayushi's career.
I'm with you, though. Sadly, you can tell some remnants of the old narrative do remain, because he did get flamed, sadly, for that like Game 5 loss at MSI. And I'm with you. Bro, one, he wasn't the main person. He just died a few times. He's the bloody tank going in and getting killed. That's what happens as a top laner. And then the other angle for me as well is, what people forget, though, if they're T1 fans is, bro, he actually already did the fucking meme angle none of us thought was possible. He beat Zeus! He actually beat him in LCK, guys. The whole point is we all thought you were doomed without Zeus, and everyone was memeing like, lol, enjoy having Doran. He actually straight up beat him. This is why, another thing, I think I have another theory for you on why people don't fuck with Doran. Because he has that look on his face whenever he's there. Like he thinks someone's going to catch him out and go, wait a minute, Doran, you're not supposed to be here. He always has that look, that really nervous look of like, as he's like putting stuff like his keyboard in his T1 bag, as though someone's going to be like, wait a minute, what are you doing here? You're supposed to be in the remedial class. Like, oh, sorry, sir. Like you are a fucking champion, bro. Like he doesn't exude crazy swag. Think of like Bin, mate. Bin can lose the finals, but because he walks in like, get the shit off me, fuck. Like fucking Conor McGregor or something. Yeah, you fuck with him. That's all I want, Doran. Listen, puff out your chest a bit, mate. Start feeling yourself. Come on. You're better than that, Doran. Come on, mate.
It's also like some of his mistakes are just so ugly.
Sure.
I think they're just so relatable to the average player. It's like he just flashed into a wall, like on Aatrox or whatever.
That was amazing.
It's like it just like nullifies all the effort. Because like that Ambessa game that he ulted into the enemy team, he won out the swap situation, cancelled Jinx base, won the 1v1 against Renekton in a counter matchup, set up a dive so Lee Sin got ahead in the game. He did everything that got them playing in that game. And then he did that move. But even in that sequence, yes, I'm looking at Owner. I'm like, what the fuck? What did he just do? He just kicked Renekton out. I was like, bro, the Owner I know kicks this guy into the turret and wins the whole game. And then at the same time, Faker TP'd bot, so they were just fucking confused, all of them.
Yes.
And in the end, it's like Doran was just, as you said yourself, it's just, I think for the community, just easy to pick on. But I think that he has had a splendid effort. I think it's always been like decent, but I thought this was like a ramp up because the biggest criticism towards him was always if he was holding the bag for your team, it wouldn't work. If he was ahead, his performance would still be as if he was
another LCK merchant. You just didn't expect him to do it in the playoffs of the international tournaments. Everyone knows it. When he was on Gen G, it used to happen. Like everyone, if you're a trophy fan, you know that. That's why everyone was kind of down on this guy when he came. By the way, you referenced it earlier, but because it hasn't happened yet, we haven't seen T1 or them play yet. My brain still hasn't processed. Bro, this is going to be a fucking amazing LCK split because it is what we've all been enjoying about the LPL. It's just the no filler, get all the shitters out into their own group. Let's just have the best teams just fucking play each other a load of times. And it's going to be fucking dope, bro. Because if you think about it, by the way, I mean, what we were just saying earlier, if you were a T1 by win, you're going to have a letdown. You'll get exposed here, mate. You're playing all the best teams over and over again. And think about it, because it's fearless, mate, you're going to show everything. You're going to be showing everything every week with all these fucking games. So I think it's going to be sick. I can't wait, mate. It's going to be really fun.
Oh, it's going to be so dope. I feel bad for DK because like they are stuck.
That is cursed. Yes.
But at least we get BDD at the top half. I'm at the point where I'm way more BDD centered than Showmaker, sadly. Like Showmaker has not been an interesting player since like winter this split.
Imagine telling someone that when Dam1 was the shit and BDD was just a good player on Gen G and people thought it's the end of his career. Imagine telling someone like 5 years later BDD's better than Showmaker. Your brain would explode, wouldn't it? It's like no way. Yeah. And I actually think Showmaker even has better teammates, mate. Like what's your excuse, bro?
That's also something I was thinking about. Like it's crazy how long Canyon and Showmaker just stayed on D+.
Yeah.
And maybe if they just left like after 2022 and they moved on to somewhere else and they paired up together with some of the demons, like maybe they would play together with a Keen and a Ruler.
Yeah, why not?
I think they could have changed everything because even that 2023 year with Canyon, that was a very bad year for Canyon individually. I'm so happy the guy moved on, because we could have had a situation where we're just stuck there on Dam1, played with aiming and like Kellen or Life or whoever the fuck, or Barrel, like God bless. There's certain moves that are so important. So important.
See more cool, funny, interesting clips based on topics from my content? Well, subscribe to this channel then, or, be a pleb and don't.